So you want to get the Unchained Flanger sound? Well, today's your lucky day because I'm going to give it to you on one condition. You got to hit that subscribe button. All you guitar players, fair warning. No pun intended. That wasn't even planned. Fair warning. If you don't hit that subscribe button, this video is just going to stop and your computer's going to explode and it's going to be this whole thing. So hit that subscribe button. Alright, let's dig into it. Right off the bat, first question. Do you have to have the EVH MXR Flanger? The answer is no. And I am going to share Eddie Van Halen's exact flanger settings at the end of this video. So stay tuned. So, how do you get that sound? Well, I indeed do use the EVH MXR Flanger. However, if you don't know, this has a button built in for the Unchained settings. You don't need that. So, first thing you need a flanger, of course. Now, you can go and get yourself the EVH MXR Flanger if you want, but you can also get just the standard MXR Flanger that doesn't have the paint job and doesn't have the EVH button. Now, the big thing I would recommend is the MXR Flanger. It doesn't have to be the EVH one, but I would recommend the MXR Flanger because it takes 18 volts instead of 9 volts. So, supposedly, it taking that much power makes the flange so strong. So I'd recommend the MXR Flanger. Step number 2, you bought yourself the flanger, you hook it up and you say, this dude on YouTube lied to me. This doesn't sound like the Unchained Flanger. Well, Eddie Van Halen is playing in E-flat tuning, so a half step down. But he has his low E tuned to C sharp. So it's standard E-flat tuning with the low E being C sharp for that chugging during the flange bit. Next up, the signal chain. People try to put the flanger all different places in the amp, and a lot of people tend to put it in the effects loop. Don't do that for this song. Put it in front of the amp. I put it where my modulations normally go right after my TS9. So put it in the front of the amp. And this is probably the least important step, but if you're really trying to perfect it, it's very important. So the way he picks. So when you hit the flanger on, you want to hit it on the exact second you start chugging on the C sharp. If you don't, sometimes the flanger will start at the wrong part and it won't sound right. So you either want to do it at that exact second or just a millisecond before you start picking on the C sharp. Alright, we're going to cut to the chase. I could sit here all day talking about Eddie, but we're going to get straight to the point. Eddie Van Halen's flanger settings. So I'm going to flash up on the screen a diagram of his settings for Unchained. So if you see there, he has the manual at about 10 o'clock, the width at about 10 and a half, the speed at 10 o'clock, and the regeneration at 3 o'clock. Now you will kind of notice on the EVH MXR Flanger, each point is where a set of stripes meet. Could be a coincidence. I think it's maybe something they were seeing if people would notice. I think it's kind of cool, but that's a good way if you have this pedal to remember the settings. Or you can just hit the EVH button. But where's the fun in that? So guys, there it is. That's how you get the EVH Unchained Flanger sound. Now quick fun fact, he uses the same exact setting for every song that involves a flanger. Supposedly, the only thing he switches is the regeneration from time to time. So, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. I hope I helped out. If I did, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. throw a thumbs up on this video, and if you have any questions, throw them down below. See you guys later.